Happy Asthma Awareness Month. I've had asthma since I was in third grade, so this cause is very important to me. Did you know that 1 out of 13 Americans do have asthma? So that means that you do know somebody with asthma. It could be your parents, your siblings, your tios, cousins, best friends, friends. You do know somebody. So today I'm going to be talking about a brief understanding of what asthma is and the awareness for it. And having more publicity is beneficial to my cause, and how to take action and bring publicity to asthma awareness. You might know somebody who has asthma, but do you know what it is? A brief definition of what asthma is on the Center of Disease Control website. It's a disease that's affecting the lungs. An asthma attack is a combination of wheezing, breathing breathless, chest tightening, and coughing. Asthma awareness brings an understanding of what asthma attack is, what is asthma, and it's in May because it's the highest peak for us asthma sufferers. Asthma awareness gives the knowledge for people to understand and how to handle themselves when somebody is having an asthma attack near them. My first asthma attack memory is in third grade. I remember somebody threw up in class and the janitor cleaned up the mess, but his cleaning supplies just trigger something in me, and I had to step aside because I had a speech therapist lesson, and the therapist noticed that I was not breathing properly. I was having a hard time breathing in and out. I couldn't talk, and because of her knowledge of knowing what asthma is and what an asthma attack is, she took me to the nurse's office and was able to call my parents. But because of her knowledge of asthma, helped me on my first asthma attack. An asthma awareness program in Missouri gave an elementary school, the teachers and faculty members, a 15-lesson plan of what asthma is and how to handle an asthma attack. The results of this program was that all of the teachers and the faculty had the confidence and the knowledge of how to handle an asthma attack situation, especially in elementary school. But the success of this trial one needs to be across the U.S. There are so many countless stories of children who have an asthma attack in school, and the nurses, the teachers, they don't know what to do, and they should be able to handle themselves in a situation like that. So this 15-lesson plan should be taught for all teachers and faculty members, because without my speech therapist knowing what to do, I can't imagine my situation. So the best way to show awareness is having a timeless flyer that could be posted on social media. So I created one. This is it. I used a clear blue background, like a clear blue sky in May. And I have asthma awareness in white. I have a fact from the C2C website on there. And our color ribbon is gray. So I have a gray ribbon. And then I also have May 1st, Asthma Awareness Day. This is something that could be used out for years to come. You just need to change the date on it. You could change the facts on it if you want to put something else on there. And I just wanted to clean and simple. It could be always on social media. But also, a best way to spread awareness is having a PSA video. An asthma awareness program in Chicago called the Student Asthma Research Team created a PSA video. They gathered information, did interviews around the neighborhood of people's just basic knowledge of what asthma is and what they didn't know. So they gathered all this information and created a video, and they did a study of before the video during, and then after. The results of the PSA video in Chicago showed, after 4 months of this video being aired, that the neighborhood's knowledge of asthma and asthma awareness went up. This shows having constant publicity on this awareness is important. And the reason why they did this program in Chicago in this neighborhood, because this neighborhood has a high risk of asthma in kids, but with no awareness, but no resources of how to gather information, having the right skills of how to manage it. So this PSA is showing that spreading asthma awareness is important because it's showing that this neighborhood needs resources to understand it. Publicity will bring more resources to neighborhoods that don't have access to seeing a doctor on a daily basis or have somebody diagnose them correctly with asthma. So asthma awareness is in May because it's the highest peak for asthma sufferers. It's with the combination of asthma and allergies. It's just not a good month. But asthma attacks could happen all year long. That's why this awareness should just be celebrated, most importantly in May, but all year long. Because I'm pretty sure I suffer all year long as well. Asthma Awareness Month brings free screenings in neighborhoods where asthma has been misdiagnosed or mistreated. Having more publicity will allow more free screenings in neighborhoods across America. Even with 1 out of 13 Americans having asthma, most will probably say it's not treated correctly or managed properly. But with proper management, advice, and treatment is only something that can be provided, but there's more awareness on asthma because it is a very treatable disease and it's a manageable disease if you have the right resources of telling you. During 2005, the American Lung Association incorporated new lung programs for parents and students to realize the signs and learn about management. The new programs was able to have success because these programs were passed by a bill by the White House that was promoted by the American Lung Association. When a government takes notice on how important a cause is, then others will understand the severity of it and the importance of this cause. The American Lung Association brought more publicity to asthma because this disease is manageable and it's important for them to have resources, and especially with young children in low-income neighborhoods and parents, doctors could write it off saying it's a chronic cough when it's not a chronic cough. It's something more serious, and having your asthma being untreated and misdiagnosed for a long time could bring damage to your lungs. Happy Asthma Awareness Month again. I hope y'all learned the importance of bringing publicity to this cause that's so important to me, and I will continue bringing awareness to something because it's a personal connection to me. I hope you have the understanding of what asthma is and the importance of awareness and why it's so important to bring awareness. I hope you learned something from this video. Talk about it with your family, your friends. Post a picture of a gray ribbon on your social media for the hashtag asthma awareness. Will bring more publicity, especially in the month of May. And during this time, be safe and healthy, even though during all this crazy time. Wear gray and spread the word.